Sup Shredders? My name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track by an act named AJ Pena titled Great to Be Me. And if we switch over to here, we have the Spotify for this this musician, this individual. If we go to the track link here, we have got Great to Be Me, released this year. Happy 2022 to anyone who hasn't already been told. Happy New Year in January. We're going to be listening through this track from start till finish to hear what we think. We also have the lyrics for this. There's a bit of a story behind this track. I'm keen to learn more about it. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, this is a perky, cheery little track, isn't it? Let's just stop and appreciate for a moment just how this sounds. It sounds really fresh, man. Like, I hate to pause in the middle of a verse, and I'm gonna have to go back a little bit just to listen through it in context, just so I get the whole story. But I just love how little filler there was, man. Straight into that concept, where the perky melodies and the theme there that instantly made you feel safe and familiar, and like it feels like you're gonna have fun with it. Some of the lyrics we heard then were a little bit hard hitting, and I don't mean that in the patronizing sense. I think it's like there's a bit of intensity that I wasn't expecting from this track, but I'm assuming it's going to go towards something positive, so that's all good. Guitars, drums. Ooh, okay. Now that's interesting. I'm really enjoying how his vocals have been done. There's something kind of dope about the way that they've been mixed, because you can tell there's dynamic range there, but it sounds loud enough regardless of whether he's loud or soft. And I'm not always a massive fan of that, but in this situation, this song, it actually makes a lot of sense, especially when you've already got established dynamic range with the rest of the guitar and the clicky instruments and stuff. Oh my god, sorry. I just was taken. I adore this track. This is actually a really cool song. I don't usually do this, but I love the philosophy behind it. I like that it exists. I adore the vocal performance by AJ Pena. Sensational. We'll talk about it more at the end during the conclusion, but I got mad props for this dude. Yep, flawless. These backing vocals are sensational. And what makes this more fun is just how low-key the backing instrumental and accompaniments are. They're in the mix, and you can hear them clearly, but they're not trying to push into you. The Great to Be Me hook line comes through so clearly. The call and response between the backing vocals on the side and then him in the center, as like he's got people who have his back, you know. I like that. That's cool. There's cool symbolism there, you know. Interesting extended harmony there. Oh, dude, I adore this. Thank you. Give me more of this hook, please. To ever start with Inadequacy, this song is clearly about someone being proud of who they are and not letting the outside forces of the world, the peer pressures, etc., the social stigma, and all that kind of stuff. They're just like, no, screw all that. I want to be myself. It's okay to be me. I'm enough. And I think that's a beautiful message. I hope a lot of people get to hear and experience and enjoy this music. I genuinely do. It's got a real Kiwiana vibe. It's like a lot of the music that I hear from bands here in New Zealand. These kind of the brass with the guitars and the keys and stuff. It's got that's got that vibe about it, eh? Oh, that vibrato, dude, it's flawless. What a singer. What a set of pipes, dude. How many listeners did this guy have? 89. That's criminal. Show this guy some love, please. Wow. Phenomenal, dude. That's not easy to do. I'm sure a lot of people have already recognized that without needing you to tell them. But just how he flew between those notes and how that quietness about it. It was just effortless. He was flying like a bird, almost like he wasn't being held down by anything. And just these little guitar parts and little triplet drum fills and stuff like that. And it's just so classy. It's such a classy track, man. I know I keep pausing, and I'm really sorry. There's just so much to appreciate. That super slick, clean guitar riff there, man. It's just like butter. It is as smooth as butter. It just melts in your ears. That's not, sorry, man. I don't know what that was. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that it's, a phenomenal first impression. I adore this. It's so cool to be able to review music like this, you know? That slow build and that brass on the side. It's the perkiness and the playfulness of it. It's not taking itself too seriously. Like the bass lines and the chord progressions aren't necessarily super complicated or anything. It's just all these different elements and bits he's bringing in and taking away that make it so interesting. And it's so well considered and well planned out. Like those harmonies there to stack it up. It's great to be me. It's great to me. Yeah, like it's nice. Like it's been expertly produced. I've been reviewing a fair bit of music this year, and this is some of the best. I kid you not. I get to listen to stuff from all over the world, and this is some of the best I've heard this year, without a doubt. I'm not being nice for the sake of being nice. I'm genuine. This just makes me feel something more than a lot of the stuff. Even the stuff which is mixed and mastered to a point where it becomes almost perfect. You know, there's just something special about this track. I think it's definitely AJ and the way that he's communicated and singing and emoting and telling a story. But at the same time, it's just, there's more to it than that. I'm trying to put my finger on it. Yeah, probably one of the most pretty damn near flawless singles I've heard this year. I'm gonna do a conclusion after we look through the lyrics, of course. We got a part here. AJ's relationship with music has been both healing and transformative. It is not only a passion, but a life-giving force that got him through a fierce battle with chronic illness. The inspiration he found from listening to his favorite artists, singing and creating strengthened him through his medical struggle. Intervals of paralysis and involuntary movement disorder and severe chronic pain. His songwriting is rooted in the life lessons he learned during those experiences. Yeah, there is definitely some pop there. There's definitely some soul there. AJ dedicates his music to those who are learning to stand tall in the midst of their invisible battles. Dude, bravo. Everyone, seriously, give this man a clap. Not only for overcoming his adversities that he faced, but creating something like this that is both positive and inspirational. It's you can't BS this kind of stuff. This is the real stuff, you know. This is the real stuff. We go looking myself right in the eye. Mass media got us objectified. Yeah, like this is some interesting, like really intelligent lyrics here. This is not your basic kind of it's not your basic stuff. Condition hatred into habit. Steroid users, Photoshop abusers can't help but try to make us feel like losers. The flow there, as well as how competent he is as a singer, It's just a wonderful combination there. You know, true reality, let yourself be, you will think, it's great to be me. It's great to me, because adequacy is merely our perceived. Yeah, we are our own worst enemies, right? Starting to walk after my fall, use my journey to stand tall. You've no inadequacy. Let the song help you see true reality. Recognize how great it is to be. It's great to be me. Dude, it's one thing to talk about your own experience and how you came out of it, but also to tell the people listening, yo, if you're going through a rough time, it's okay. You'll get through this. You can do this. You know, you don't need to beat yourself up all the time. I suppose part of what resonates for me personally with this song, and I have to talk about this as it could potentially be perceived as bias, is that I struggle with beating the crap out of myself on a regular basis psychologically, because I'm really hard on myself and I try to be the best I can. And often that leads to me having expectations that aren't entirely reasonable. You know, and I know a lot of people who are far harder on themselves. But I reckon if anyone who listens to this song is in that position, and if they pay attention to it and actually take the time to sit down with it, they'll be able to recognize that this is some truth being sung here, and they'll be able to take that and kind of think on it, and maybe hopefully they'll have a better future because of it, because of this information. Yeah, even if they've been told a million times, just a different medium of communication can be incredibly helpful, especially considering AJ's story. We're going to do the conclusion. I'm going to try and keep this one brief because I think this has been a longer review, and I want to kind of keep things succinct. I think we've already spoken what the song is about, because this is, of course, the conclusion. You know, we've talked about how this is not only a way of AJ talking about the struggles he's had and how he's overcome them, but also it's encouraging you to be the best, to be happy with who you are. You know, great to be me. Because everyone's special and everyone's important. And the structure of it supported that well. You had that verse, chorus, with some bridge parts as well, and interlude and all that. Well, yeah, it's fun, man. Like, it's fun. The structure is definitely that pop solo kind of vibe, but it didn't need to be hugely experimental or progressive for it to work. It did what it needed to do. It's at that 3-minute sweet spot between 2 and 4 minutes that a single needs to be nowadays. Again, we have ourselves someone here who truly knows what the heck they're doing with their music. The instrumental performances were sublime. I have not heard some of those collective harmonies played there with the fluidity of the technical performances combined with the note choices, combined with the different textures put in there. There were parts that only came in sometimes, like the brass and the staccato bits in the chorus and stuff and the backing vocals, but they all had a purpose. They were there, and there was a clear intent to put them there. We were strategizing the whole time. It paid off. And it all came together with lots of warmth and color, and it was friendly, and it was nice to listen to, and you could appreciate and enjoy it for what it was. And it was professional, especially with recording, mixing, and mastering. I've got no faults whatsoever. You know, the EQing, the panning, the stereo field, the backing vocals, all the other limiting, all those bits. You know, I can't fault it. I cannot fault this song. This is effectively my review of AJ Pena's Great to Be Me. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, Pena. I'm not sure if there's like a way of pronouncing that. But hopefully I've got it right. If I haven't, please let me know. But yeah, please do go show AJ some love via the various social medias and the Spotify page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need all the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spider hands up.